So I want to talk to you in particular, bro, right now. So you might be struggling with a couple of areas. Now, some of those areas might be, you might be a virgin and you might be looking to not be a virgin anymore. You might be getting ghosted consistently, either on dating apps or in real life. You might not be getting the second date. Or you might be getting the second date, but you're not getting the third date, the fourth date. You might be consistently getting broken up with by women in relationships and you're not sure why. In that case, then you're in the right place. My name is Dennis Zia. I'm the founder of the Maskülen Essence. And ultimately, we are the first men's members club for dating in London, New York, and Dubai. We have, over the last 3 years, created a brotherhood, a community of men that are not only looking to level up their dating life, but looking to level up their confidence, masculinity, and just ultimately having that accountability of men around them and helping them level up in life and get to the next level, whatever that may be for them. But anyway, let's get into a little bit more about why you're here in particular. So I'm probably presuming online you have seen something in regard to mock dates. And we have just celebrated 100 mock dates in 5 major global cities: London, New York, Dubai, Lisbon, and Barcelona. Let me walk you through what mock dates are. It's a 1 hour in real life mock date. So the woman turns up and she treats the date like it's a real date. She dresses like she would for a normal date. She applies cologne like she would for a normal date. She talks about the topics that she talks about on a normal date. You go on the date, you have the date for 1 hour, you leave, she leaves. But the difference is that when she leaves, she has a feedback form to complete. And in the feedback form are 14 standardized prompts. And they ask questions from everything from appearance, personality, charisma, storytelling, would she date you in the real world, any red flags, etc., etc. Now, the reason these are standardized and they don't change is that once you are in the Maskülen Essence, and we have a 3-month minimum membership package, regardless of what you pick, whether it's bronze, silver, gold, or platinum, you'll be able to then compare your mock date feedbacks with other mock dates that you've been on. So for example, bronze members go on 1 mock date a month, silver the same, gold members go on 2 mock dates a month, platinum go on 1 every single week, so 4 a month. You can then compare the feedback from the women. Now imagine if a lady, that lives in Chelsea, a white middle class woman from Chelsea, is giving you a certain level of, some certain feedback, and a lady in East London that has moved here from, let's say, Turkey, or she's moved here from Spain or Portugal, and she's 25 and the other lady's, 28 or 22, and you've got the same feedback. What's that telling you? These women don't know each other, but this is almost objective feedback then, right? You've got 2 women from different areas, different walks of life coming together, and you maybe got some similar feedback. But also the differences as well are important. So maybe you've got some different feedback there that you can then apply to your real dating life. And just in regard to the women, currently at the time of recording, we have 40 women across 4 major global cities that are there to help you with mock dating. So back to the mock date feedback, we then jump on a Google call, myself and you, and we speak about the mock date feedback. In addition to that, we have now started audio recording mock dates. So with a small lapel mic, and then I can then analyze your mock date cadence and the flow of the whole conversation and how you're coming across on the date. So you then got analysis from me on the date and then also analysis from the woman on it. The difference with what we're doing compared to maybe, other people within the industry is that there is no woman there to bounce off, okay, cool. The advice that this dating coach is given, is it actually valid in the real world? Well, why don't we bring the 40 women across 5 major global cities that we have in and ask for their opinion? And, they can analyze your dating app and they can give you, feedback on your body language or your dating app or how you're coming across. So that's really important to think about. The way I like to frame what we're doing in the Men's Members Club is it's holistic masculine development. So not just dating that you're going to focus on, it's also going to be other areas. So one of the ways in which we do that is we curate exclusive workshops every month for our members designed to accelerate growth. And I'm just going to list a couple of the workshops that we have put on. So for example, we have improv classes, we've had charm and seduction workshops, Instagram framing, so how to attract women through your Instagram workshops, dating app analysis, personal styling workshops, sexologist consultations, public speaking and presentation workshops, calisthenics workout with some of our, one of our members is a personal trainer. So having him within the club is fantastic as well because he can then, host workshops and workout classes around this. Dance and movement workshops as well. Every single member within this club is here to level up their life. So level up their dating, of course. You've come across us through dating. You've probably come across us through mock dates. Fantastic. That's great. But it's also other areas because if you're just focusing on your dating life and you dress shit and you don't have a haircut that suits your face, and you're not in shape, and you don't have the skills, and you have a fixed mindset, and you've got this bad impression of women in your head, and you maybe haven't got over your scars, your wounds, or your trauma from your previous relationships, or even from childhood, then that's where we have to step in and say, okay, cool, listen, this is what we need you to do for the first 2 months. We've had particular members come in and they feel like they maybe, they need therapy. And that's not something that, this isn't a therapeutic space. It's a coaching space, most definitely. But we definitely advise some of the guys that maybe come in that have got that resentment inside of them, either through a divorce or for a bad breakup, have therapy on the side. And if that's something that maybe you want us to facilitate for you because you're a busy, entrepreneur running your 6-figure business, then fine. That's something that we can facilitate for you, and we'll bring a therapist in, and we'll have those one-to-one sessions for you, and we'll set that up for you. The next area I'm going to go into is something that we've just recently started doing, and that is retreats. So we have just come back from Lisbon at the time of recording, and it was a fantastic experience. And in Lisbon, we had one of our members leading a personal training workshop. We went on mock dates while we were out there with some of the members. We did social confidence days. We took in some of the cultural, sites in Lisbon, which is fantastic. And this was a, lovely follow-on from our Barcelona retreat that we did in September. Final thing that I would say is, whatever you are going through, I'm confident enough that what we are doing here will be able to help you with, whatever you're experiencing right now. And I know it can be tough. I know the dating market can be tough. I know how tricky it can be at times. I know how confusing it can be at times. I know ghosting is a real thing. I know friendzoning is a real thing. I know men are having less sex than they've ever had in society. I know people are, maybe getting into relationships, but the relationships are not lasting long. Some people are looking for that. And I know some people, maybe they come from broken homes and they maybe haven't addressed their attachment wounds, and they're latching on to people that are, that are maybe just giving them that first sign of interest. That's also something that we look at as well, texting game or mindset game. And these things are really important when you get yourself involved with another woman. And some of the conversations we've been having recently with some of the members are, they're looking to get into relationships. I think of 2 in particular. And it's really important to make sure that you in a right mindset before you get into a relationship, because it's either you're going to get married or you're going to break up, and you don't know how you're going to take the breakup. Me personally, I've really struggled with breakups over my, 15, 20 years of dating. I really have. And I wish that there was someone there, like an older brother or somebody, to just say, hey, listen, look, here's what you need to do. Here's how you need to get over this. And here's what you need to do to prepare for a relationship. And in the beginning, I mentioned earlier about Chris and the origin story. And, I used to send out these email newsletters to some of the guys within my network. And I used to end it with the older brother that you never had. And that's how I see this. This is honestly, that's exactly what it is. It's just that. It's just we're trying to help one another, level up one another's lives. And if we can, pass on wisdom from some things that we've learned, maybe there's some guys within the club right now, or maybe you in particular right now, bro, maybe you're divorced, or maybe you've just come out of a breakup. Maybe there's something that you've learned that maybe you can share with some of the younger lads, some of the lads that are either 23, 24, and that's something to bear in mind as well. I would say, listen, we have a whole variety of men from different walks of life within this club, from age 25 up to 44, entrepreneurs, 6-figure entrepreneurs, 9-to-5ers, software engineers, whatever it may be. So if this is something for you, and this is something that you think, you could really do with some help with, everything will be in the description, from the 27 questions that we have to help level up your dating life, and any of our onboarding stuff will be in the description below.